Hello, it's Daryl at 10 Foot Truck, Good Attitudes Services. And it's cold out. It snowed this morning, it snowed yesterday, and I was able to do a removal last night. And today I did a furniture delivery. Went good. And what was interesting is I was waiting in the parking lot for the customer, and another guy drives up. He gives me a call. He pulls up next to the truck because I'm just waiting there. He's calling me. He's saying, I need this bed delivered right now. And of course I'm like, are you the customer that I'm here to pick up? Because she was picking up a bedroom set. So I thought I was a customer, and he's like, no. At first he came out of the car, he came over to the truck, and I'm thinking it's a customer, but he's saying I need to go to this other location. So I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to meet here at the store. Anyway, after talking with him, I started to realize he's not the customer, that basically he was just driving by and he saw my number on the side of the truck and called me, and then came into the parking lot, and he was actually needing to pick up at some other location. So it is a good idea to have, I have my phone number. That's my old phone number, but I have two phones, so eventually I'm going to change it to a different phone number. But it's a very large, I had the guy print it out, and so you could see it from far away. You can see my phone number on the sides and on the back. So that was cool. I mean, I could have done that job, but I was already committed to doing that pickup. But having that phone number, even if it's just a phone number, and I don't have any kind of fancy logos or fancy wrap. A friend of mine did it for me for free. I just paid for the materials, and he just basically, he did a really good job, putting the phone number on vinyl. I think that's what it was. And basically just pick up, delivery, removal, phone number, website, and that's it. Very simple, 2 colors, that's it. So, and it's lasted a long time. I've had it on here for, he put that on there. Oh, maybe it was 2017, around there. So it's been on there, and it still looks the same. So they last a long time, those vinyl, I think it's vinyl decals or whatever they put on there. Basically, he was a guy who did wraps, but this isn't really a wrap. It's just he just used the material to however they put that material on there. I don't know, but it's lasted a long time, and I've had calls on it. So I mean, not a lot, but that was one today. Could have turned into a job. I don't get a lot of calls off that phone number, but off the side of the truck, it just happened today. But it can happen, so it's just another way. It is expensive. I mean, I was just lucky that the guy that was next door to my storage unit at the time was running a business doing wraps on trucks and stuff, and he just offered to do it for me for free, and I just had to pay for the material. So I didn't have to pay. I think it probably would have been even something that simple. It could have been $500, $600. I don't know. I'm not sure how much. I know they can run into close to $1,000 from what I hear. They're not cheap. I think I paid $300 for the materials. So it's not really cheap. So it's not something I probably would have done if it wasn't offered for free like that, and just paying for the materials. But I guess it can help, just like any kind of marketing. So it's just something to think about, and just keeping it simple. Just like when you're doing those signs. I've never done those signs for marketing, but I do see them around town. They're those signs you stand in. I guess they call them lawn signs. And they make them very simple. They just basically put junk removal in the phone number, or whatever you're doing. If it's lawns, lawn maintenance or landscaping or moving or hauling, I would just put hauling in my number, because hauling is a little more general for me, because I do, like today I picked up brand new furniture from a store in boxes, and hauled it to and help them get into their house. That wouldn't be under junk removal. So someone who's, say, looking, like that guy who came driving by, he was looking for someone to haul furniture, just like the lady was. And if you just put junk removal, they're just gonna call you for junk removal. So I just put hauling. In fact, if I did those signs, that's what I would put. It would be hauling, because it's more of a general term of taking things in a truck. So I consider myself more of a hauling business than a exclusively junk removal. If I had a trailer or a pickup truck and a trailer, then I would just exclusively do junk removal. But since I have a box van or a box truck, then it makes more sense for me to do a combination of junk removal, hauling, and moving, because this can do all that. So that's another thing good about a box truck is that you can put signage on the truck, and it's bigger. It's more like a billboard on the side of your truck. You can do that on a trailer too, and on a pickup, but it's just on a box truck. It's just like a side of it's like almost the size of a giant. It's bigger, more bold. Because you're on the side of the truck and the back of the door. You got a lot more real estate on your vehicle of a box truck than a trailer, unless you had a utility trailer. Now, utility trailer is basically the same as this. You're gonna get these big tall sidewalls and back doors and all that, so you can do it on a utility trailer as well. But I've seen a lot of cool signage on dump trailers too, and on pickup trucks. So anything can be done like that. But I wouldn't invest in doing signage on your truck or wraps if it's just me, it's my opinion. If you're starting out and you're just trying to gather business from ads and stuff, because it is an investment, unless you have the extra money where you can invest in that. Because really, in reality, I really haven't got any jobs, actually, to tell you the truth, any paying jobs off the number. I've gotten calls, but it's never like today. It didn't work out into a job. Most of my jobs come off of internet ads, off Craigslist and so forth. So, but yeah, and I haven't tried the lawn signs. I haven't done that yet. Another thing I did that didn't really work out for me too well, it did get me jobs though, was creating these flyers. They were just real simple flyers that I got them printed out at the print shop, and I hired a guy to go and basically pass them out at all the storage facilities. And I printed out hundreds and hundreds, I don't know how many, maybe 500, and he went out and passed them out, and I paid him. And they did give me a couple jobs. So I'm not going to say the flyers don't get you jobs, but the amount of money I invested into it, maybe I might have just broke even, really. So, but it's, anything you can try. I tend to just stick with, these days, just putting up my ads online. I haven't really gotten back into even business cards. That's another thing too. Business cards are pretty imperative, I think, even though it's kind of old school, I guess. I don't know if it is or not, but I used to really rely on business cards. Now, business cards have gotten me a lot of work. That's one of the I can for sure I can say that I did get enough. It was very well worth investing in my business cards, because I've pretty much run out of them at this point. But I can't even count how many jobs I got off just handing out business cards to stores and people. If I was at a job, someone asked for a business card. I got a lot of jobs that way. I don't have business cards right now. I ran out. But that's something, I guess, that's probably better than flyers. I think business cards were, as far as like physical things, advertisement, that's my best result, was having business cards. In fact, the other day, there's a couple of jobs that I had that the guy asked, the customer was asking about business cards, and I didn't have them, and that might have cost me a job, because what happens is people have your number in your phone, but they may forget who you are. They may not put your name to it, so there you go. They lose track of you. That's happened before, and they had to track me down on Craigslist. But with a business card, at least they can put that somewhere in the drawer. They can find it later. So yeah, I do recommend business cards. So I would say business cards are fairly important outside of the internet ads. And then second would be flyers. And then I haven't tried signs, so I can't say anything about signs at all. And then last would be, if you have the money or the resources, or if you know someone that can do it for a discount, is putting your phone number on the side of your truck, and not too fancy. I mean, unless you have a lot of money, I wouldn't go all fancy on the truck. You would really have to have a pretty lucrative operation to invest thousands of dollars on wraps on your truck, I would think. The guys that I see around here who have those big wraps, they're making a lot of money, and they're they have like several trucks. They don't just have one truck and one guy. They have crews with trucks, so they can afford that kind of stuff. I can't, so I'm fortunate that I was able to get it for free, but that's about it on that. So yeah, it's getting very cold out here. I don't know how it is in your area, but here it's pretty much winter. I mean, that's the way it feels. I think it's gonna warm up in the 50s towards the end of the week, so we'll get a little bit of break, but at night it's gonna get in the 20s. I don't think it's gonna snow the rest of the week, so I'm gonna really hammer the ads this week. I gotta get those ads out because the truck can get on the road. I was a little bit worried this morning because it was snow all over the truck. I had to clean the truck off, but the roads were fairly clean because it was warm enough and it melted off. But when it gets cold and really cold, it starts to get dropping down in the 20s and below. And if snow comes down, sometimes sticks for quite a few days, and that's when it gets kind of sketchy for me to get out of the truck. But so when I have these times in the winter, this colder part of the year, when I have these times that I can see in the weather, when I look at the weather channel or the weather apps, that there's going to be pretty clear, I'm going to be hammering the ads to get jobs on those days. I know I can get out there and do it. I'm also checking the app load up. They've had some stuff coming down that I'll take those if I don't have any of my own jobs, so to cover any kind of gaps in my schedule. I think that's about it. Can't think of anything else I was going to talk about. I just wanted to discuss the advertising, I guess. Everybody kind of has their own ideas on advertising. You just got to go with what you think is right for your own business. I watch a lot of YouTube channels about how you should go out and market yourself, and I take what I need to take and try out other things, but you really have to just do what you think is right for your own business, and what you're comfortable with or what you think is going to work, and then test out things. And if they don't work, just like the flyer thing didn't really work out for me, so I'm not really going to invest in that anymore. The cards did, so I'm going to invest in more cards. So that's about it. Hope your weekend is going to go really well and prosperous. This is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services signing out.